Rob Ferretti here with my NSX. I'm sure you remember a couple of videos I've done on this car already, the cost of ownership, the things I don't like about it, and the things I like about it, and the fact that it's really slow. All covered in the past, you're familiar with that. Now I'm going to tell you something that's been chapping my ass about this car for quite some time that I'm still unable to fix, and that is the SRS light. Now I bought the car and it had an SRS light on the dash. The guy who sold it to me told me it was just a couple of $100 and it just needed the clock spring to be reset because he swapped the airbag or something along those lines. So first thing I do, try to get the clock spring reset. Dealer tells me it's the wrong airbag. It's out of a different Acura. No problem. I go online, I buy the right airbag. It was only like $300 or $400, so it wasn't the end of the world. I got a used airbag. Put the correct airbag in. It turns out the other one was also correct. So now I've done an airbag swap for $300. Still didn't fix the light. They reset the clock spring, they used the computer, everything was good, but they said it was a different problem. And this was all attended to when I got my clutch job. Now the clutch job was $5,500 and they charged me an SRS unit kit for $913 plus labor, so about $1,100 all said and done for what they said was wrong with the car, which was the SRS computer, because they said we're trying to talk to the airbag system. We can't, you need a new computer. Sure enough, I approve it, $1,100. They put the new computer in, and that doesn't solve the problem. And then they say, well, we can now talk to the computer, and we can see that it's an seatbelt thing that's wrong with the car. Luckily, that's under warranty. So I'm like, oh, okay, at least I solved the problem. It was on back order. It was going to take a while. This goes on for 6 or 7 months. Hey, guys, the part in? No, still back order, still back order, still back order. Finally, like 9 months later, they say, okay, the part came in, you can come in and have it swapped. No problem. I go in to have it swapped, and they take it out and they call me up. Hey, just want to let you know, the wires are cut on the part that we were going to replace, or they were like spliced together for whatever reason. So we're not going to be able to warranty this, even under the warranty. We're going to have to charge you. And I'm like, that's sort of silly, but okay, how much is it? Another $900. And I'm like, guys, come on with the $900. But I'm like, you know what? If it fixes the light, I'm okay with it. So why don't you go ahead and before you charge me for it, plug it into the car, make sure that fixes the problem. And if that fixes the problem, bill me and I'm done and over it. They plugged it in. It did not fix the problem. So I'm like, okay, great. So now we're still chasing. So now I've had to purchase 2 things, and luckily I didn't have to purchase that 3rd thing because there's nothing wrong with mine, and we're still unsure what that problem is. Now, even though that wasn't the problem and I was waiting on that part forever, they still charged me a couple of $100 for labor. So right now I'm about $1,800 into this SRS light and no end in sight. I don't know what the problem is, I don't know what to do, and I'm just tired of throwing money at it. So that's where we stand. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know who to spend money with to get this actually resolved. And I don't know if it's really worth resolving at this point in time. I mean, you want the airbag to work, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to resolve a problem that who knows what it is. I mean, we're chasing the unknown right now. So if you have any ideas, post them in the comments below. If not, I'm sure I'll get bored at some point in time and send it in to somebody for something, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, you just had a fuse here that was popped. And that'll solve the problem, and I'll feel like an asshole. But right now, if you need a $900 airbag computer, I've got one. If you need an airbag, I've got one of those. So I've got $1,200 in parts to sell along with my GT3 exhaust if anyone's shopping. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy watching me flail around to solve some of these problems, but it's just the joy of car ownership. It's what you get. Catch you next time.